Hello, it's Manon, and today I'm going to show you how to make des gaufres au comté et aux épinards. Well, for the non-French speaker, I'm going to make some comté and cheese spinach waffles. So this recipe is perfect for, any cold Sunday morning when you don't really fancy eggs. And I also love to serve them with some, glazed balsamic peppers. So you need 3 peppers. So yes, this doesn't really have to be perfect because we're going to reduce them quite a lot. Now, so all my peppers are done. I'm just going to put them in a pan, and to that I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And literally we're just going to reduce it for about 25 minutes on medium heat. So whilst my peppers are nicely cooking here, I'm going to start to make the waffle mix. So I use about 150 grams of grated comté. And I love using comté in that recipe because comté is widely known for its nutty flavor, which is actually perfect for any gratin, any recipes where you just want to, a bit of cheese on top, and comté is perfect for that kind of things. And when you bite into it, you have this delicious nutty flavor, so it's so good. Each comté oil has a unique taste and texture that depends on the time of the year and actually the diet of the cows. Smells delicious as well. Then I'm gonna melt 60 grams of salted butter. I'm gonna add the 250 milliliters of milk. So literally, you just want to boil it. You just want to kind of warm the milk and the butter together. So whilst my butter and milk are kind of melting together, I'm adding 250 grams of plain flour. Then I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder and simply just 1 egg. And I'm just gonna mix everything together. So it's funny, comté for me is always kind of a really nice childhood memory because Mom and Dad used to like, taking us in the mountain and in the Jura particularly, where comté is actually from. And they even, took us to the cheese factory. I guess that's probably where my passion for food came from. Okay, so I'm gonna add also another egg. Tack. Perfect. And just continue to mix it together. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add about 1/3 of my milk and butter melted together, and we're gonna mix up. When in the UK, I love to find products that remind me of home, and comté is definitely one of them. So so slowly continue to add the milk. So I'm mixing it together to try to get rid of the lumps. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna use a whisk to finish it up. Okay. This is better. Nice. Okay, so once you get to that kind of nice consistency, just finish adding up the rest of your butter and milk. Mix it nicely together. And I'm gonna let the dough actually rest for about 30 minutes because you really want the gluten to develop quite well. Which gives you kind of delicious and very fluffy waffles. Perfect. And now we add the most important ingredient. The things I didn't know is that comté has up to 83 different aromas in just one single wheel. Just give it a little mix. And so that's gonna rest for about half an hour. And just at the end, I'm gonna add the spinach. And then it'll be time to make our waffles. I love to, fry a little bit of garlic to add to the spinach, just to add a bit more flavor. So I'm gonna do this, butter, and then so I just have 1 garlic clove, and I just crush it in a crusher. So that's so easy, and also doing it like this really gives you this delicious kind of garlicky taste because all the oils come out. My butter and garlic are really starting to, smell delicious. So I need a spatula, and I'm gonna add all of my spinach together. So I'm gonna let it reduce for about, I would say 3 minutes. It's so buttery and delicious. Okay, so the spinach have cooled down now. I'm just going to quickly strain them and roughly chop them. Just to extract, you know, the excess liquid out of my spinach, and you just press it down. So you see there's quite a lot of liquid actually. Last one. Okay, that's good. Now I'm just gonna cut it roughly, so it doesn't need to be perfect. And then I'm gonna add these to my mix. Up, and just mixing all of this together. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper. And tack, perfect. All right, that's done. Let's make some waffles. Okay, so my waffle maker is nice and hot, and I have some butters I've melted before. So I'm just brushing the waffle maker because you really don't want it to stick. So that's a very important step. Okay, and now I like to use a ladle. So it's quite thick. So don't worry, even if you're not precise on the side, I just like it when it's a bit rough. And I'm just gonna let them cook for about 4 to 5 minutes until they're nice and brown. Okay, so my waffle have been cooking for about 4 minutes and I can really start to smell them. Let's see. Oh, perfect. So they're nice and golden. So I'm gonna just carefully remove them from the waffle maker and then on my tray. Oh, wow, perfect. And now I'm just gonna finish the rest of the batter. Nice, time to plate. An easy way to cut your waffles, I just use scissors. So I would say this recipe is for about 4 people. So I think 3 each is just enough. And then, you know, just place them like this. And now I just add a little bit of my delicious peppers. It's just for more kind of sweetness and tangy flavor. A bit of green, and then of course, to finish, some delicious Comté. So this one is aged Comté, which I think I love it because it's quite more, you know, it's more intense in flavor and more nutty. But if it's not your thing, you can also find some young Comté, which is a bit more mild in taste. Et voilà, bon appétit!